Hey guys, Chet Martin here from Martin Ranch. We train horses here in Arthur, Ontario. I'm just going to do a little quick tip video here for the ORHA. I just want to talk to you guys today about chin strap length or curb strap length. I see people a lot of times at the shows or just giving lessons here riding. I see people throw a bridle on their horse and the chin strap is either too long or too short, or the bridle is set up into the horse's mouth too high so it's pulling up fairly tight, and that makes the chin strap too short, or the bridle might be sitting too low, flopping down into the mouth, and that makes the chin strap too long. So I just want to talk today a little bit about how important that curb strap length is, because I see people all the time using bridles with the curb strap really tight or really loose, and both, in my opinion, can make that bit not work effectively. And so it's really important, I think, based on, and it also will change based on the horse that you're riding. Some horses, depending what you want to work on, if you have a horse that's naturally a little higher headed and you want that horse to reach down a little bit to take a hold of that bridle, then you may leave that bit hang down a little bit in the horse's mouth, and you may leave the chin strap a little bit looser as well, so that he kind of can reach down and take a hold of that bridle. But as a general rule, it's really important to me. I don't go so much by, you've heard the 2-finger rule, that you always want to be able to shove 2 fingers into the in between your curb strap and your horse's chin. And I do think that that is a good rule of thumb. However, that really makes a difference whether this curb strap is hanging back here or whether it's hanging forward directly under the chin. And it also makes a difference based on what kind of bit you have in that horse's mouth, because some horses have, or some bridles work a little differently than others. This is just a straight Tom Balding correction bit. So I kind of, as when I'm put a bridle on a horse and I want to check to make sure my chin strap length is right, I'll take this shank, I'll let everything hang there like this, and I'll take this shank and lift it back like this, as if I'm pulling on the reins. And I want to make sure that I have several inches of movement on this bridle before that chin strap takes a hold. So I want to make sure that this bridle can move several inches before that chin strap takes a hold of them like that. And I think it's really important, and that'll always, just because you thought you had the chin strap length right, you throw the bridle on your horse the next day, if your head stall length changes at all, if you go up a hole or down a hole, that affects your chin strap length. So I see people all the time going around with a chin strap that's too loose or too tight, and they say, oh, well, I haven't changed the chin strap length, but they have changed the head stall height. So where that bit sits in your horse, on your horse's face, whether it's pulled up into the corners of his mouth a little bit or dropped down, has a big effect on how tight your chin strap is as well. So just every time you throw a bridle on a horse, just make sure that you take a hold of it like this, pull those shanks back as if you're pulling on the reins, and make sure that you have an ample amount of pre-signal on your bit before the chin strap takes a hold. Pre-signal is the signal that your bit gives to your horse before the chin strap takes a hold of that horse. And that's not to say that there's never a time to tighten that chin strap up really tight, and because you want your horse to accept that chin pressure. But as a general rule, I want to make sure that I have a couple inches of pre-signal on